Hello everyone, I'm Nadia Farunisa Al-Mumtazah, and in this section we are going to talk about the plot of The Old Man and the Sea novel by Ernest Hemingway. So absolutely we have already learned about what plot is before, haven't we? So as we know, basically plot can be said as the sequence of the events that happen during the story. Jadi sebagaimana yang telah kita pelajari sebelumnya, plot dapat diartikan sebagai alur cerita atau rangkaian kejadian demi kejadian yang terjadi selama cerita berlangsung. And in this discussion, we are going to divide the plot into 4 parts. The first is exposition, the second is rising action, the third is climax, and the last is falling action as well as the resolution. So, without any further ado, let's move on to the first one. So for the first, that is exposition. In this part, we are going to know more about how does the story actually begins. So the story of The Old Man and the Sea begins with the old fisherman, namely Santiago, who has been sailing to the sea for fishing over the past 84 days in a row, but unfortunately he got none fish over that time period, even just a single one. But actually, at the first 40 days, he was accompanied by a young man, namely Manolin. Manolin himself actually has been recently becoming Santiago's apprentice, but because Santiago didn't get any fish over that long time period, Manolin's family, especially his dad, forced Manolin to stop joining with Santiago's boat, and instead of that, they instruct Manolin to go with another fisherman to get more fish. But even though Santiago has to stop joining with Santiago, but Manolin keeps supporting Santiago by supplying him with any necessities for fishing. The next is about the rising action of the plot. So, at the 85th day of the expedition, Santiago decided to sail on the Gulf Stream after knowing that the Gulf is very famous with a lot of huge fishes. Actually, it's a very dangerous and harmful place, but because he really wants to change his fate as well as maintaining his dignity as a real man, he remains go there with lots of risk over his hand. And long short story, Santiago arrived there and he got what he wants. It's a giant marlin fish that he found in the Gulf, but absolutely it's not an easy thing to catch the marlin because the size of the fish is even bigger than Santiago's boat. Santiago fought desperately for 3 days and 3 nights to catch that fish with the harpoon he brought, and he exerted all the strength he had until finally he caught the giant marlin and tightly tied it to the boat.
Okay, the next is about the climax. The climax of the story happens when Santiago finally leaves the Gulf Stream with a giant marlin he caught on his boat. Because on the way home, the boat is blocked by a herd of sharks, in which Santiago, who has already tired after 3 days, fought for the marlin, and he still has to fight against the sharks. Santiago managed to kill some of them by his harpoon, but he also manages to survive. But unfortunately, the sharks that left behind finally shredding the marlin fish, until the only things left is the skeleton. And Santiago continues his journey with marlin skeleton over his boat. Nah, di bagian climax ini terjadi ketika Santiago akhirnya meninggalkan Gulf Stream dengan seekor marlin raksasa yang telah didapatkannya. Kemudian saat perjalanan pulang, perahu milik Santiago dihadang oleh sekawanan hiu, di mana Santiago yang sudah lelah karena 3 hari berjuang berturut-turut untuk mendapatkan marlin, tapi ia masih harus melawan hiu-hiu tersebut. Kemudian setelah melawan hiu-hiu tersebut, Santiago berhasil membunuh beberapa dari mereka dengan tombak miliknya. Dia juga berhasil bertahan hidup, namun sayangnya hiu yang tertinggal akhirnya mencabik-cabik marlin hingga tinggal kerangkanya saja. Dan akhirnya Santiago melanjutkan perjalanannya dengan kerangka marlin yang ada di perahunya. Next is falling action. After he arrived at the harbor, Santiago tethers his boat and directly goes home to sleep. Because he is too tired and too weak to think about what just happened to him lately. And the next morning, people around the harbor, including the other fishermen, see the amazing view over Santiago's boat. It is a giant marlin skeleton that Santiago brought after a very long struggle he faced. Setelah Santiago tiba dari pelabuhan, kemudian Santiago menambatkan perahunya dan langsung pulang untuk tidur, karena ia terlalu lelah dan terlalu lemah untuk memikirkan apa saja yang baru terjadi kepadanya akhir-akhir ini. Kemudian, keesokan harinya, orang-orang di sekitar pelabuhan termasuk para nelayan melihat pemandangan menakjubkan di atas kapal milik Santiago, yaitu kerangka marlin raksasa yang dibawa oleh Santiago setelah perjuangan yang sangat panjang yang telah ia lewati. Next, resolution. Tourists at a nearby cafe observe the remains of the giant marlin and mistake it for a shark. Everyone is amazed and admits, if Santiago, that he is a tough and great fisherman. Manolin, who also witnessed that thing, immediately runs horrified to Santiago's house and finds Santiago, who is lying limp on his bed. Manolin is very impressed with the old man because he learned a lot about the meaning of life from him. And when Santiago wakes up, Manolin says that he wants to go out to sea and sail with Santiago again. Turis-turis di kafe terdekat mengamati sisa-sisa marlin raksasa dan mengira bahwa itu adalah hiu. Semua orang kagum dan mengakui jika Santiago adalah seorang nelayan yang tangguh dan hebat. Kemudian Manolin juga menyaksikan hal itu dan ia segera berlari dengan rasa cemas ke rumah Santiago dan ia menemukan Santiago yang terbaring lemas di tempat tidurnya. Manolin merasa terkesan dengan lelaki tua itu karena dia dapat belajar banyak hal tentang arti kehidupan darinya. Dan ketika Santiago bangun, Manolin mengatakan bahwa dia ingin pergi ke laut dan berlayar dengan Santiago lagi.